Hi guys, we're in hot Shanghai. Believe me, it gets hot here. It's 8 o'clock in the morning and it's already 100 degrees. So be prepared for the heat. But when you come here, what are you going to have to enjoy while you're taking in the heat? Because the city is fantastic. Now, that's what we have today. The top 10 sites to see when you're here in Shanghai. Now, the first thing you're going to really like to do is come on the riverfront and walk on the Bund, or the Bund. It depends where you're from. And you have all of these buildings here, kind of, classical buildings here, which don't really fit in with China. But here, Shanghai was, basically taken over by foreign influences for quite some time, and you see that influence in the city. And one of the cool things to do is to walk on the river, take in the sights across the way while you're here, and just enjoy it. So it's just strolling on the Bund in the day, or the Bund at the daytime is very nice. There's lots of nice hotels, lots of nice architecture to check out when you go there. So that's the first thing you want to do. Now the second thing you want to do when you're here is take a river cruise, but take it at night. So those cool buildings over there I was showing to you, you can see those all lit up because it is really cool, and you really feel like you're in this Asia futuristic city when you do it. It is the coolest thing to do when you are here, okay? So definitely take the river cruise, especially at night, so you can see all the city lit up, and it is beautiful. So that's the second thing. The third thing you want to do when you go here is go to the Shanghai Museum, so you can get a really good idea of what the city's like, and you have a much more appreciation of the city, and there are some cool sights to see inside of it. The fourth thing you're going to like about coming here, and the fourth thing you want to see, is going to the French concession area. Now, like I said, the city's very international. It's been taken over by foreigners for some time, and they've left a mark in their architecture, as you saw in the Bund. But also the French concession area, you go there, the restaurants, the shopping, the architecture, everything there makes you feel like you're walking in the streets of Paris or Berlin or something like that, and it is really cool. It's something very different than other parts of China you go to, and that's one of the reasons why I think you'll really enjoy it, especially if you've been, like us, we've been traveling around China for 6 weeks now, and we're ready for some non-Chinese food, some French food and stuff like that. And they have some fantastic food in the French concession, also fantastic shopping. The fifth thing you want to see here is there's not a lot of temples in Shanghai because it's a really big booming city, and the temples were from long ago and it's a small town then. But the one temple you got to see is number 5, is the Jade Buddha temple. Super fantastic. You'll see the Jade Buddha that's there. It's obviously not a Chinese one, it's probably from Southeast Asia or something by the look if you compare it to the other Buddhas you've seen around China. But it's a nice temple complex. You can go in, see the things there, and get a rough idea of how the monks work. It's a working monastery, so there are monks there doing stuff, so you can go there. It is kind of a cool just setup. It's something very different from the rest of the city. Number 6 to see is the Yuyuan Gardens. Now, this is what, we went there yesterday, and it really is like an oasis in all the craziness of this city, packed on top of each other. There's this nice garden you can go into, walk through with the lakes and the streams, and outside you have the zigzag bridge going to where the entrance is and stuff like that. And you really get to feel like you're in nature, and it takes you away from the hustle and bustle of the city. So if you are getting a little overrun with all the tourists and the pushy, bag hogs, and hey, come on, buy some watches and stuff like that, it's a nice 30 yuan to go in. Kids are free. Really nice just way to relax and take some time off, and I really enjoy. That's probably my favorite thing in Shanghai, was going in there and just relaxing. Okay, so the Yuyuan Gardens, that's number 6. Number 7 is shopping, and the one place you want to go when you go shopping is the Nanking pedestrian street. So you have all your big, international brands, and you have domestic brands and all kinds of stuff. And it is cool just to walk up and down the pedestrian street and people watch, but also go shopping, going eating, all kinds of fun stuff like that. Number 8 on our list is going to an Acrobat show. Now, anywhere you go in China, any of the big cities, a lot of them have Acrobat and Kung Fu shows and stuff like that. Whatever, Shanghai is probably the most famous for this. So when you do get a chance to come here, make sure you sign up to go watch an Acrobat show. It'll take about an hour and a half of your time, and it's well worth it because you'll see people bend and you're like, I don't know how they really do that. And you'll see that, and once you watch the Olympics with the gymnasts, then you'll be like, oh, that's nothing. I saw the acrobats in China. So that's number 8 on our list. Number 9 on our list is eating here in Shanghai, guys. Whether you like Chinese food or Szechuan, they like Szechuan food or French food or whatever, the food here is great, and you want to eat the dumplings when they're here. It's kind of a specialty, but there's one you have to eat. You'll see it in some pictures, and it's a big dumpling with a straw in it. What you do is you put the straw in, but don't go all the way through, otherwise you'll poke it through and it'll spill all over yourself. But you get them to suck the soup out, okay? And it is so good, and then you eat the dumpling. But eating here is fantastic, so whatever you can do, just eat a lot. Obviously, I eat a lot here anyway, but here it's fantastic food. And number 10, the day trips. Guys, Shanghai is a very international, modern city, so you don't get a lot of that old world China feel. Getting outside of Shanghai, you can get that feel. And there's 3 places, there's lots of places to go, but there's 3 that I kind of recommend the most. One is Suzhou. And you go to Suzhou, you have all the gardens and the canals. You can ride a gondola through there. Yes, it's not Venice of the East, because it's a lot cheaper and not as ornate, but it is very cool to check out. So Suzhou, easy train ride out there. I think it's about a half an hour, 45 minutes maybe, something like that. Then you have Hangzhou, where you can go and watch people literally dance on the water. The guy that designed or choreographed the Beijing Olympic opening ceremonies, he did that there, and that's really cool. And then the third day trip you can do, and there's more, but one I like is Xitang. You go there and it really looks like it's this nice river town. It's kind of like picturesque China. It's like what I imagine Kung Fu Panda, if they filmed it in real life, that's where they'd film it. Now it is a village, so it's hard to get to. You're taking buses and stuff, but if you can get there, it's well worth it. So those are the top 10 sites to see here in Shanghai and around. And there are obviously a lot more other cool things to do here. So please check out the comments below, because I'm sure some Shanghaiers, though they don't get YouTube, but some people will comment below to give you even more ideas. So I hope you have a fun time here in Shanghai. If you want to learn more, 5 things you're going to love and hate about coming to Shanghai, 5 things you're going to love and hate about coming to China, you'll learn it here on our website at woltersworld.com. And please like and subscribe to our videos. It really makes a difference for us. So thank you very much. And if you have any questions, leave a question below. And if we answer your question in one of our videos, you get a free Wolters World t-shirt. Bye from Shanghai, China. Because they are working, it's a working monastery, monastery.